For the Brashtins, we got Maraz, we got Rico, Logical, and some bum named HUD X. I don't know who that guy is, how he even made it here. But on the other side for Tortoises, Hickson? Someone help me pronounce his name. I don't
Oh,
know who that
that's
guy is.
Hyson. I heard a lot of people
Hyson,
call him
okay.
Hyson. Yeah.
Okay. We got Yoshi, great character, my favorite in Mario Kart. Ice Phoenix and Lucas. Carnage, I mean, we both play against these guys all season. Who do you think's popping off tonight?
I would say, and this has been one of the factors I've seen with the Tardy Tortoise. If Hyson's not on his game, this team's gonna end up struggling very. I would say very poorly. They come out 1-3 in those series, but I think they can't have a slow start today because, like I said, Brashtins already come out slow and they get up fast. But in my thing, if Rico and Yoshi can help their first man is logical for me. And then for the other side for Tortoises is Hyson. So if Yoshi and Rico can just aid them, I think whoever does it better will end up being it. Because you usually have like, your top person, and we all know how good Logical is, we all know how good Hyson is. But if these two actually get into the groove, they can create this and make this roster to three-headed monster in this series.
Yeah, I mean, very well. So we know both these teams. They got their top tier players. They're gonna need to pop off, and we think they will. I mean, they got to the finals for a reason. But how is the rest of the team going to perform? Who's going to step up? We look at some of those stats, shooting percentage, especially for someone like Logical, it's looking a little low. He might want to bump that up if they're going to have a shot tonight. But enough about the players. Who cares about them? Let's check out the team stats before we are finally ready to get going. So the wins and losses, Carnage, pretty close, right?
Yep.
Brashtins, although, someone named Array probably messed up these stats. They got 33 wins, not 31. Tardy Tortoises, 29 losses, not 28. Only 2 games separating the teams. Goals for, very close. Goals against, pretty close. Saves against a little bit more of a discrepancy, but that shooting percentage, these two teams are pretty even across the board.
Yes, they are. They're pretty even across the board. And I pulled up some stats of my own. And when the Tardy Tortoises are leading in demolitions, they run away with it. But when the Brashtins are demoing, they also run away with it. So everything is just going straight down the middle. Might not be perfectly down the middle, might be a little, wobbly, but everything's just down the middle. Everything's just going to align to who just asserts their will. But I do have a stat that might surprise some people. Is Sorry, I deleted it off my thing, but it came right back. All right. If the target Tauruses get demoed out of the midfield where the Brashtins actually don't hold a lot of that possession, the Brashtins will actually probably just knock them out. The target Tauruses love to have the midfield, but the Brashtins love to go fast and go for the counter here. So I'd say look out for a lot of back end demos.
Hey guys, shout out Carnage coming actually prepared, unlike some people on the desk tonight. Don't know who that could be. But we're still waiting for the Brashtins to get here into the lobby. They're the slow ones getting in here, not the turtles. But obviously in Rocket League, right, Carnage, demo's always gonna tell, always gonna show who's coming in hot. Demos were a big part of Rival all season. It seems like every season just the demo meta gets heavier and heavier in this tier. You think those teams are going to be searching for it right out the gate, or you think they're going to take their time, see what the other team's doing first?
If I was in somebody that's usually always about the demos, I think they just need to come out a little bit slow here because as I say, if you overextend, as we can see, kickoff goals are one of the main things we see that in the RLCS. Like that's going to get you caught. But in the first 30 seconds, if you come out swinging for a demos, it takes that one lucky chip or that power shot on the very edge of your car to go all the way in the net, and you got a whole different ball game. Like I said, I think that both teams just come out and feel it out. Try their high explosive offensive power. They both like infield passes, see how it feels. And if it gets a little too claustrophobic, then start throwing the demos at them.
Okay. Me personally, I want to see them off rip. I want it to get personal out on the field for these teams, and really see who wants it more than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, and I like to call it the lunar curse. Is usually when you have like a top two lunar team play, a non-top two solar team. The solar team usually wins those. I've seen that's been a kind of a stretch for in the rival and Chally area where not too sought out team just comes in and wins it because there's not pressure here. And looking on the bracket, Tardy Tortoises did struggle with the Luca through a little bit in their own division, but they got put out early. Now, I'm not saying they got gifted the final spot. They still had to win games to get here. But I
Oh,
mean,
whoa,
I'm just saying. But
Carnage
like,
coming out with the hot takes. Chips, you just gonna let this slander of your team happen on
but
stream?
no, but like I said, we watched them on stream, and I would have loved to see like the semifinals against them because we saw them on stream. The games were always close, and I think having Yoshi on that team and having Higgs on the team would have been the X factor for Luca or for Atari Tortoises that would have edged Luca throughout. Because playoffs are just a different monster, different beast, and Atari Tortoises have shown that they're just completely different in the playoffs. And so did the Brashtins coming out. Like I said, slow start, a lot of roster changes coming up to this, and they fixed it. So shout out to Bex and the AGMs with them. Like, yeah, that's what you see a lot in some of these franchises. You got to tinker here, tinker there, until you just get that right formula.
And real quick, Carnage, I have a very important update. Eisen tonight would like to be called either Hig or Higgs.
Well, make sure
Per chips. So
purge.
we better get that name right before he mutes us on the stream. Wouldn't want that. And folks, we are still waiting for the Brashtins to get in here. Lucas, Phoenix, and Higgs are appear to be the three starting out for the Tardy Tortoises. Wondering who that three is going to be for Brashtins. I mean, they got four great players. Who that's going to be, big question. Oh, it looks like they're in. It's looking like it's going to be Logi, Hud, and Rico starting for the Brashtins. So, Madas.
Oh, Motos. Yeah, Motos, Madas.
Yeah, and Yoshi gonna be staying ready to come off the bench. Players are in. It looks like we're good to go, Carnage. Rival finals getting underway.
Here we go. We got HUD versus Ice Finks on a kickoff. I wonder if they're gonna try a kickoff shot here. No, they're both gonna go straight for the ball. Win for Ice Phoenix, but Logical's already there. Ball going straight into the corner. And right here, actually, we got Rico trying to aim for that corner. Higgs had to go make sure it was out. HUD hovering around for the 100 boost. This might be an open net here unless Rico gets to it. Booms it wide and high over him. And like I said, the first 30 seconds, like they're just trying to get into it, but Rico goes for an infield pass. HUD is not there. The angle might have been a little bit too wide right now. And it seems right now that everybody's coming out a little bit slow. There's some boomer ball here or there, but it looks like all the pressure is leaning towards the Brashtins' way. And right now, there's a whole bunch of rips in the midfield. We got a double commit. T-Stain, what are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing a few missed opportunities. It looked like for the Brashtins there. I mean, it was some good defense by the Tortoises. Don't get me wrong. Rico trying to bring out the mechs early, make sure he's feeling nice and warm for the series. Higgs now going all the way, almost a bump on the other end. And that could have been dangerous, but nothing yet. A minute in, no goals so far. Who's going to be the first to open up the scoring? HUD, great flick. Can't believe I'm saying that. But Higgs is right there. Great air dribble to the other side. Buy some time. Rico, though, the pass over to HUD just can't quite get it on target. It was a great opportunity. Rico trying to pass it back to the midfield. Logi smartly goes back for defense. Like we said, we haven't seen either of the big-time players for the teams really pull out the mechs yet to open up some opportunities. I'm sure they're just waiting for their moment. Oh, a mistake, and that's going to be an open net for HUD, who's going to open up the scoring. And 3:17 in, we have our first goal.
We got first goal here. We were past the minute mark of the server remake. There's still some server problems here. Hopefully the players can tough it out. We might have to remake the lobby after this game, but Heisen is up in the air, gets to touch across, still staying with it. Actually, still has 20 in the tank. Goes for a bomb, doesn't get that. Lucas goes and Higgs barely gets the ball out. He's up to the ceiling, gets off and looks like he kind of drifted out of control. And it looks like now the Tortoises are trying to dominate the midfield and dominate the boost pass because every time they touch the ball, they're going straight for a 100 pad or stealing a 12 pad, which is actually uncommon. Usually you see that being stolen from the 100 pad here. Rico getting harassed. It's like Hayes is going to try to go for it. Outfield pass. Ice going to catch it. Beat Logical. Logical misses the demo. Ice sitting on zero boost, trying to get in the middle. We got a redirect goal. No,
Ooh,
Rico's just
what
going
a
to get a tip to
save!
it. What is save indeed? This might be where the counter comes in. No, it goes straight to the corner. Wasn't a panic clear, just trying to get out, get some boost. Logical gets a tap around one. Logical might go for the air. Higgs makes sure to eliminate him. Lucas might throw it off the sidewall. Does so. Leaves it for Ice Phoenix. Ice Phoenix might be along with Rico here. Gets a tip over one. We have a double commit here. And it looks like the Tardy Tortoises are doing what the Tardy Tortoises do most, is sending player after player. But the only thing that's coming up short that they're double committing and nobody's waiting for these last second touches here. HUD gets the ball up and over, and that might be an open goal. Logico got caught on the sidewall. I didn't see what happened. I think he went for the boost. No, he got chased out by Lucas and jumped over Lucas and could not get there in time. Didn't connect, but Lucas definitely making his presence felt on that goal.
Yeah, and there it is, the physicality coming out for the first goal for the Tortoises. And that is what you like to see, make the other team uncomfortable. That's going to be big, if you're feeling comfortable in Rocket League, the game will speak for itself. Get the other team, make them awkward. Uh-oh, this looks like an open net, and it will be. Mistakes coming out for the Tardy Tortoises. Rico's going to take advantage. See what happens here. Lucas just a little bit behind it. Can't get the clear downfield. And that is a tough one. Rico takes advantage. Brashtins answering right away to take that lead back with 1:36 to go. Hold on. Logi trying to make it 3 and just can't. Higgs gets the clear, gets a little bit of the wall dash, can't recover. Pass out Omen to the midfield. Logical's there? No. Rico's going to have to take it into the corner. A little bit of boost to work with, but can't get to the ball. It goes too far away. HUD trying to beat Lucas, cannot. And we go back to the blue half, but no shot comes in. Logical will clear in time. Lucas staying on the ball, and you were saying it earlier, the Tortoises absolutely are great at keeping one player after the other, but when they've had goal-scoring opportunities, the player hasn't been in position enough. And they got a minute to make it happen. They're down 1 still.
And right there, we got a double commit. Higgs is doing everything. Every time I'm looking at Higgs, Higgs has either the lowest amount of boost of the teams, but he's still throwing himself. And it's just that on the ball pressure, off the ball pressure. Because Lucas has been starting to get a little bit more physical here. Gets under one, gets around another, and Logical now corrals it with 45 boost. Straight to Rico. Actually, beats Rico's going to go off the back ball. HUD needs to get the touch. He does. He's going to go all the way back down, putting Lucas in an awkward position here. Lucas gets a touch. Rico puts it right back over, makes it awkward again. That is a whiff from HUD. Going straight back to Rico. Rico tries to cut it off in the midfield and does so with some double commit. Lucas again in an awkward position, trying to get a touch to it. Rico gets one to the back wall, and I think that is going to be the X factor here, is touching the ball when you don't need to touch the ball. But now we got 3 seconds. Rico's going to shut it down. Higgs needs to keep it high and wide. Logical pre-jumped 3 years ago. The ball goes straight down to the ground. Brashtins take it 2-1. Going 1-0 in favor of the Brashtins in this series.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a good final attempt from Higgs, but Logical's up there, knows what Higgs is capable of, is not letting that happen. And I mean, the players aren't leaving, so it looks like we'll be staying in this lobby, and the server definitely seemed to stabilize. And we'll see what the guys on the field say. I obviously want everyone feeling as comfortable as possible. And it looks like they're feeling good sticking in this lobby, Carnage.
It looks like they are. But I want to go to a key fact teasing. Ice Wings have 90 points and zeros across the board. And the Brashtins, Logical might not have a lot, but he had 3 shots and he was keeping control of the ball. And like I said, you need all 3 players. In any finals, you need all 3 players to just be there and be in the game. Like I said, you don't need to do too much. But the Tardy Tortoises were getting caught in awkward positions where they could have just let the ball go to the corner, but they're making these weird touches. And the Brashtins, kudos to them just for just reading the game and understanding if they make a bad touch, we're going to take a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, those kind of mistakes are, you can't be letting the other team take advantage of mistakes like that. It's about that consistency. And I mean, look, it's just game one. 7 games is a long series. So we'll see how the Tardy Tortoises answer here in game number 2. But for someone like Logical, that is the start he wants in this series. It's been couple finals in a row, hasn't gotten the chip, and what a save from Logical there on a great shot. Couple finals in a row for Logical, hasn't been able to make it happen. And this is looking like a great start so far to finally get over that hump and rival. So this ball will be put into the orange corner. Rico trying to make something happen. A pinch out, HUD is there now. Puts it into the midfield, no one there. Another double commit though from the Tortoises. And that ball almost got a little awkward for the Brashtins. They're lucky the Tortoises didn't have someone there to read the clear out. That could have been dangerous. Goes over to the sidewall now. Higgs has control, gets it past one, and just gets taken out of the sky. No chance to do anything with that one. And Ice Phoenix finally gonna put it away. He heard us talking. Gets the goal, and Tortoises take the lead here in game number 2.
Heard us talking, slots it to the top right, and the Tardy Tortoises are again controlling that midfield. But kudos to Logical. I don't think it's part of the game plan, but it looks like he's man marking Higgs. Every time Higgs goes up, he's either pre-jumping or he's already in the vicinity. Right there, it was Lucas and Higgs, and Logical had already jumped. Lucas just trying to get a touch so they can't get the ball out. But right now, I think, like I said, it's just game 2, and I think the nerves are still there. Both teams are double whiff here. HUD's gonna take a shot. Then it actually gets redirected. It wasn't enough of the touch, and it goes straight into their 90. And HUD just taking his time, and Iceman is just there, just slightly late. It gets the redirect. Was the right ideal, but just could not get into that post.
Yeah, and I mean, look, that's 2 very well-placed shots back-to-back for some goals. We're starting to cook up here now in the rival finals. And that ball could be dangerous. Just hits the crossbar. Ice Phoenix with a great challenge there. Logical's all over that ball, though. Leaving it for Rico, who just can't quite get the touch. Tries to get back. Takes out a Tortoise player on his way, though. And it's going to the other end.
Lucas is going to try to put it in.
Just can't quite get there. That was a very tough angle. It would have been a nut shot. HUD going for the redirect now. Rico is up, and Higgs is going to get saved. Does Higgs have another? Does. Goes right to Logical. Ice Phoenix, though, is there. The errant pass. Ice Phoenix. Second goal of the night. Carnage, what were we saying at the end of game 1? I don't remember. That's 2 goals for Ice Phoenix, 2 goals for the Tortoises, and they take the lead right back with 3 minutes to go.
And that was just textbook. That's just a textbook defensive play. You know you have the third man back, and they have been going for infield passes. So Ice Phoenix just recorrects, so goes straight down the middle and pickpockets him. And just like his name, he has the ice right now, knowing that they need this win because losing too many games can do something. It can do a little bit of something to the mentals. But these plays are here for a reason because they're mentally strong. That's going to go over to Higgs and make sure that it doesn't go in. And HUD is getting a lot of shots off on them. HUD gets another shot, but this one actually rings off the crossbar. It's a third shot. They are just shooting the lights out on them. Lucas pre-jumped the same time as Logical and gets it dunked all the way back in. He actually also stole the boost. Then boom, it's a half flip. It's a backflip.
And Rico,
ladies and gentlemen, we've finally seen a backflip, but this happens occasionally. We've seen it multiple times, but I think Higgs wanted to take it up in the air, but realized that ball was coming in a lot faster, and you're trying to hurry up and get your reflexes in, and you flick your stick a little bit too hard. The ball's going to go into the corner. Lucas is going to corral it with 50. I actually can't even get it over Logical. Higgs is all alone in the back end. Goes for the infield pass. A double commit-ish there. Ice now goes, and Higgs is going to try to pick up the ball. And right now, it's just, that's 2 plays, 2 mistakes. And actually, Rico's just going to force this one. Goes for the double tap and gets it off the waterfall down. And now the Brashtins are giving the Tortoises a taste of their own medicine of just throwing everybody out of them in the midfield, T-Sane.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a tough read for everybody. Coming down off the back wall like that, Rico just gets the tap in. This could be dangerous off the kickoff. Bud versus Higgs. Higgs will get it cleared out, but Rico is there. The defense can't get back. And Rico is taking over Hattie in game number 2. And the Brashtins are cooking. They have doubled the lead now with 1:50 to go. Tortoises are going to need to respond quickly. You do not want to give this Brashtins team momentum. They feed off that. Once they get confident, they're nearly unstoppable. And a couple of close calls for the Tortoises, but they just can't quite get it on target enough. The woodwork doing them dirty. And that is a missed opportunity I'm sure they will be thinking about, but they can't think for long. Ball's coming right back. Higgs got to make the save. Out to the midfield. No players there right now. Gets a pass 1. Gets a pass 2. It'll go into the corner. Ice Phoenix meets Rico. Into the midfield now. Lucas is there for the shot. Lucas gonna put it home. And Tortoises answer. They put themselves back in this game. Plenty of time left to tie it up.
Back in this game and make it an interesting right there, because it's 11 shots to after Lucas took that shot. It's 11-8, and they're slowly closing it down, but they're going to need more of that. It's got to be the consistency that we talked about here. Once they're all clicking, it's going to be a great finale, but right now it looks like Iceman might just get kind of logical, can't quite squeeze it through. Here come Higgs. Higgs chips the ball into the air, and it's going to make it kind of awkward for everybody here. HUD just parking in front of him. Rico's going to take a shot. Causes Lucas to jump, gets a bump on his own player. Ball's gonna go up. Logical trying to pre-jump it to read it, can't quite get it in. Everybody's up. If it's one clear boom here, he can only go to the side. He actually almost finds Higgs. Higgs is gonna take the 100 and go after. This is gonna be a double tap down. No, double tap to the cross. And he's gonna try to steal the 100. Does steal the 100 away from the Brashtins, but Brashtins get out of pressure early, and that was actually on target. Ice Phoenix is gonna try to corral it with 30 boos, looking for the infield pass. Actually, he's gonna go for the underflit. Can't get the underflit. Here comes HUD. HUD avoids them actually, but does not avoid that bump. HUD gets right back in front of Lucas, causes him to be awkward here. Rico's just looking for a touch. They don't need to force anything. They just need to kill the time. Higgs flicking it in the air. Nobody's up but Logical. Logical to put it all the way back in the corner. Ice Phoenix needs to try to heave it downfield, but does not. Logical driving on 20 boosts. It's going to be HUD, but it's going to be Lucas to defend it. Then demos Rico for another effort here. Gets around 1. All they got to do is kill it. And Logical does kill it for the Brashtins to take a 2-0 lead.
And that is the start they want. I thought for a second Tortoises might be able to tie it up, but it was just not enough at the end there. The Brashtins were able to hold it down. 15 shots is going to be tough to beat. Even with the 8 saves, Brashtins still get 4 goals. And another team effort there from them. I mean, 2 team efforts all around. Higgs, 0 goals, but had 5 saves and an assist. It's a tough game. It's been 2 close games so far, Carnage. I mean, I wouldn't say the Tortoises are out of it by any means, but game 3 now is basically must win.
You know, it's definitely a must win here. You also have to start thinking, do you go for the sub? Do you put Yoshi in, or do you think everybody's here? Because they haven't played a complete game yet, T-Sane. There's times they're just missing, they're making bad touches. But we saw when they're connecting, everything just looks good. They're also getting outshot. Kudos to the Brashtins. I think everything they touch, they make it this awkward shot. So when you get this touch, they go right back at you. They just keep shooting until something just falls.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, Carnage. Look, players loading up. They're ready to go. They're not wasting no time. Let's get this kickoff down. Like we said, game 3 basically must win for the Tortoises. You do not want to have to go through the reverse sweep. Such a daunting task. And a great kickoff off rip for the Brashtin. Higgs will get the clear, though. And those double commits coming out consistently. HUD's going to take advantage. And already 1-0 Brashtins. And maybe not a double commit there. That definitely looked accidental, but nonetheless, it is an unfortunate stuff from the teammate. And HUD with a great read off the sidewall to put that down 9 seconds in. Carnage, the Brashtins are looking hot. A good kickoff, and Logical's going to beat the defense there. Oh, this is not the start you want to see for the Tardy Tortoises.
Oh, this is not the start. You have HUD actually having mechanics showing double taps. You got Logical just dusting everybody, make sure nobody has any room. And Enrico is just filling in the gaps. And this is what happens when then actually Higgs is actually going to pay him back here with a demo. But now Higgs is also in an awkward position. Iceman is face up, tries to go fast, can't go fast here. Rico actually is going to go for a 2v1, gets a high flick. It's going to put everybody awkward here. Higgs gets a bad touch here, goes straight to HUD, but Rico cannot put it away. Logical just corralling it, not trying to do anything too much. Rico's going to tip here, try to put it in front of Logical. Kid. Here's where I talk about when he just start onslaughting him. It's onslaught after the onslaught. They're not getting any time. HUD's going for another double tap, but cannot. It was actually a soft touch that changed it to orange. A save for Higgs. And right now, the Brashtins are taking the Tardy Tortoises game plan, and it looks like they have perfected it because up here goes Rico. Rico gets a tap. Can he get another one? No, he's going to leave it for HUD, and HUD cannot beat out Ice Phoenix. Ice Phoenix gets bumped. This might be an open net. No, Lucas throws it down to the back wall. Logical shuts them down early again. Here goes Higgs. Higgs is going to try to get back under one. And cannot. HUD quick to get to him. HUD gets dunked on by Lucas. Lucas is going to try to go up, puts it in front of the net, and Logical clears it here. Logical still throwing himself. Could not see behind Logical, but Rico was there. It's going to be a shot on. Rico's trying to slide it in. Cannot do so. HUD is trying to keep it in. But Lucas is now starting to cheat downfield to put some offensive pressure because he even just went for a bump right there and stole their boost. But this time he misses and it's going to let him out. HUD gets 100 boost, steals double. You can't hold 200 boost, HUD. The ball goes right back into the corner, and Lucas is just trying to get it out. And right now, they're starting to amp up the speed, T-Saint.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of speed, Rico getting to that ball quick enough, able to dunk it on the defender and put it in. I mean, look, that's a tough ball bouncing right up off the ceiling in front of the goal like that. You can only do so much as the defense. 3-0 now for the Brashtins. They've opened this game all the way, and kickoff strats now coming out. Logical getting that perfectly to Rico. Tried to flick that over the defense. Just couldn't quite get there, but it stays in the corner. Logical now misses the touch. And Higgs could have gone for the demo. Delays it, and Tardy Tortoises could have had an opportunity there, but that looks squandered. Rico not taking shots to the net off the crossbar. HUD taking a shot. Lucas gets the lucky save. Logical off the backboard. Rico's there, and it will not slide in. Lucas just gets there. The Brashtins are completely taking over this game. The Tardy Tortoises got to switch it up quick right now. 9 shots to 2 in favor of the Brashtins as we officially get past halftime here in game number 3. Oh, I thought that was going to be a crazy redirect into the goal, Carnage. But no, it'll stay out.
Yes, you can see the Tardy.
Sorry, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So you can see the Tortoise, actually Higgs, while I was speaking on it, the Tortoises are trying to get more physical here, but you're thinking that they're down, and actually Lucas is all in the net. Everybody's in the net. Higgs pops it up. Rico might can get a fair shot here. He does. It's going to be an open net. Rico is going to be 2 for 5, 2 goals. And I think that's 5 goals in just 2 games, counting game 2 and game 3. Sorry, Tortoises have no choice but to throw the entire kitchen sink, but I think they did it a little bit too late. When you drop down 2-0, that's when you have to do it. They threw everybody at the net, and then Rico got big and blocked them. Logical wins another one. He might just pick up a second here. No, he doesn't. The ball gets knocked all the way back down. HUD's going to corral it, and I just commend for the Brashtins. They're not rushing any of their plays, and there's going to be a first shot, second shot from Logical is going to beat them. Ladies and gentlemen, someone call 911 because there's no one in the net, and they're just robbing them for everything. Every clear is getting picked up by a Brashtins player, and the third man just being patient as the first and second man throw everything at him. And when the Tardy Tortoises try to toss it away, they're just sitting there waiting for him. It's the patience from the Brashtins that is actually winning. And T saying, I don't know what else that they could do besides make a substitute out there. You're thinking you're down 5-0. What you've been working on, is it working? They might get one here, but no, the double commit actually wins the day. But yeah, T saying there's no timeouts in RSC. You have to think that in the back of the captain's mind here, we are looking for a substitute.
So I do have some insider information. I've been told Yoshi is not around. Chips maybe confirm or deny that, but that is what I heard. So they're they're living and dying with this lineup they got on the field right now, Carnage.
They're
Right
living.
now it looks like they're doing a little bit of dying as Logical's going to put in the 6th here in game number 3, and it is just all Brashtins. 15 shots to 3. It is rough out here for the Tardy Tortoises.
Octane's Phoenix and maybe Dominus's, if you have toppers on, take them off because that's a logical hat trick. And Rico's not too far behind them. Actually, Logical also has a cycle here. Rico got a bad touch. He's got to get right back to it. Does Ice Phoenix throws it off the back, and the Tardy Tortoises are too far up, so they can't get a good shot. They're just touching the ball here. Actually, it's going to be a one-on-one. Can't beat him. He had 0 boost. I'm trying to get a nasty redirect here, but cannot do that. And it's going to be a put away from Rico. If you have 3 toppers, take them off and toss them in the air.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see going into a now reverse sweep chance to win the finals. You don't want to be down 7-0 and then facing that daunting task. The Brashtins, though, look, I mean, it's not even that the Tortoises are playing bad, right? The Brashtins are just...
Oh my! Is there a record for a rival? That how many a team has scored on the finals here for a rival?
Yeah, this is look, it's looking rough out here. I mean, Rico's got 4 goals on 10 shots. Logical 3 on 6. HUD, 1 on 3. He's doing okay, I guess. But this is gonna be a tough one to mentally come back from for the Tardy Tortoises. But come back, will they have to? After an 8-goal, just absolute demolition, they now have to mentally regain themselves to prep for a reverse sweep if they want to have a chance at winning these finals. Brashtins look unbeatable right now, Carnage.
Oh, they definitely do. And before we move, oh my goodness, 19 shots. I was not expecting that. But before we go in more to the stats, everybody just pray for Yoshi, and if you talk to him, let him know that we are with him. He is dealing with some stuff, which is why he is not here. There are some things bigger than Rocket League, so just make sure check on him if you can. Everybody let him know that he is loved in the Rocket League community. If you don't know Yoshi, he's a great guy.
Yoshi is in fact a great guy. Big fan of him. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of Yoshi. So look, Carnage. I mean, what would you be saying? What would you be telling the Tardy Tortoises right now?
If I was the Tardy Tortoises, like I said, at this point you have nothing to lose. Throw everything at them, but you have to do it smart. They threw everything at them, but it's what the Brashtins do, but better. They throw everything, but they have that one person waiting for the mistouch. And I think if the Tardy Tortoises do that, then you're fine. Or you let Higgs just take over, and then everybody just kind of sits there and wait. It's kind of like a Zen vitality thing where you kind of just let Zen do everything, and then eventually they're going to break because if he's touching the ball 100 times, you got to think he's going to make a play happen here. This is where you really lean onto your playmaker, and you just change the way you play. Like obviously the Brashtins have it downloaded, so you have to change the way you play. You have to throw something different at him here.
What do you throw at him though is the question. A team that looks so in form right now. And Rico just quite couldn't get around that one, Carnage. Almost opening up the scoring again within 10 seconds. But not this time. Rico now, Ice Phoenix just gets there to stop another shot attempt. Logical now, trying to get it in. Higgs can't clear it out. Ice Phoenix now on it. Sending it downfield. Rico is there, gets one touch. And the teammates are there. The Brashtins are there every time they need to be. Carnage. Could that be it? Higgs, no, it just rolls a little bit too much. And Tardy is looking for their first goal in quite some time, Carnage.
Yes, I think it's been just well enough. Oh, I thought we had a roll 1 right there. Actually, Iceman's going to find one. And I believe they just got a goal right before it's been 10 minutes since their last goal. And this might be the confidence booster. And I say this is where you kind of sit. You don't let them get all the pressure on you. You're at 1-0, but you do let them, throw everything out because they want to finish it in a 4. But you got to take it one game, one goal at a time here. And I think as long as they just clean it up, they actually been double committing a little less this game. But like I said, the only last factor is they cannot miss in front of their net. Lucas is going to corral it, stay right behind it with 0 boost, flicks it up, actually tries to get under Rico. The ball is knocked down. HUD denies it. Here comes Ice Phoenix. Ice Phoenix is looking for a logical, knocks it straight down. That might be a danger zone, but HUD flicks it up and over, and Lucas can take his time. Gently corral the ball. He's going to leave the 100 for somebody. Actually, the ball gets dunked all the way over. Higgs was just waiting in the corner there. Higgs has 100 boosts, trying to flick it over. Can't flick it over anybody. It's going to be a shot on target, and that's a side flip.
No.
You hate to see it. It's a side flip from Lucas. And you got to think the pressure of trying to reverse sweep is getting to them because no one was even challenging him, T-Sane. It was open.
Yeah, look, that's a tough one. But look, it's still a tied game, right?
Still a
You,
tied game, yes.
you just can't let that one bother you. You really got to have the complete mental fortitude. They can't think about nothing. They just got to go, go, go if they're going to come back in this series. Well, we'll see what Logical has to say about it. Air dribble. Tried to get the flip reset. Couldn't. It's going to go out into the corner. HUD is there. HUD gets one, gets a second, can't get the third to get it past the defender. Rico on it now. Gets boost, and the ball gets a bump. And Logical's going to be right behind to put that in. And just a small, simple, but very effective play from Rico. Taking out the defense.
2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Bumps one, gets in the way of the other. And Brashtins looking for the sweep. Does everybody have their brooms? Because that's how we're looking right now. If this score stays the same. HUD now on net. Higgs makes a great save. Might have to make another. Lucas shuts it in the way. Logical puts it into the corner. Gets one touch, gets 2.
Both corner boosts and the middle boost just got stolen from there, but Higgs is dunking everybody down the sidewall. Now, right now, you don't need to panic. You're just now getting to the halfway mark. You don't have to throw everything at him yet. Higgs is going to corral the ball, tries to go to the corner, gets met in the air by HUD. And I think the Brashtins game plan is if they go into the air, somebody's jumping. Somebody's going to go contest. We got a bump here, but no one's going to be able to put it away. Ice Queen starts around extremely quick. Ball off the corner awkwardly. That makes Ice Queen awkward. That makes the entire team awkward. No one's going to be there. So Logical. Logical's going to put it in their corner and try to buy some more time. Picks up 100. Hits it up. Rico's up. It's a triple commit here. Somebody just needs to be there. HUD. Oh, that would have been a very awkward ball, but Logical read it all the way. But this one's going to be awkward here. HUD gets dunked. Logical's already up, tips it to the sidewalk, trying to pick up the 100. Actually, Rico steals it from Logical in the corner. So Logical is now set on 12 boosts here. And right now, the Tortoises are trying to lock him in. There's the deal that can keep him locked in. Lucas needs to control the ball. Doesn't want to lose to the middle. We got Logical sharking in the middle. Higgs, make sure that Logical cannot get to the ball. And now we're back on the other end. This is not where you want to be, especially the way that the Brashtins have been shooting teams saying, but actually to go all the way back down. And here comes Lucas. It's going to be a soft toucher, but it's too soft. HUD gets the save. Logical is just floating on the back wall. He's just kind of sitting on the wall, making sure nothing goes wrong here. Lucas gets a dunk. He might have got a flip the way he fell into that. No, he didn't. Tried to get a flip, does it, and it actually hits it off of him. Ball's up. Logical trying to pre-jump. It's going to be a fake because Rico's going to get to it first. Goal from Rico, and now we're looking at 1 minute and 8 seconds, and you're asking yourself, do the Tardy Tortoises just throw everything out the window? Forget the defense and just throw everything on your offense. You only have a minute here, T-Sane.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look. You have one last chance, but Logical putting it into the middle. Rico putting the nail in the coffin. I mean, look, I hate to be one to call games early, but a minute left, down 3, especially after what we saw in Game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it may be time to break out the brooms. Brashtins are just on fire, and they're putting together an absolute dominant performance here in the rival finals. All they have to do is keep it secured for another 50 seconds, and they will get the chip.
And we have a
Something there?
redirect goal as a double commit.
Nope.
And right now, we talked about it on the desk. Rico, if he stepped up to help Logical a little bit on the offensive prowess, it would be fine. But in reality, it's HUD and Rico stepping up for their shots. Logical is making sure everything's fine on the back end. Rico gets a touch here. 25 seconds. They need a goal to even think about a comeback. This was going to put them off. Or Logical has to get to it.
Oh, what a
Doesn't get
save.
to it, and no one's there. Actually, there were actually two players there, but Logical's touch just throws them all off. All trying to show us he can do another double. Can't do another double. 10 seconds left. We're looking for the Brashtins to just take a victory lap, victory bow. A fake from Logical. They're just running around, and they are just part Rico and HUD kind of just part. They're sitting there. HUD just double committing Logical, free jumping. They're just having fun with it. And ladies and gentlemen, 4-0 sweep in favor of the Brashtins. They are your rival champions.
Yeah, and look, especially for Logical, long time coming was that rival chip. Finally gets that monkey off his back, and in what dominating fashion too. I'm sure it was well worth the wait. And I mean, look, Logical, Rico, HUD all played amazing tonight. GG's to the Tardy Tortoises too. It's not like they really played bad. It's just the Brashtins were peaking. You know, sometimes it's your night, and it was definitely the Brashtins' night tonight. What a series from them.
Oh,
Um,
definitely, indeed.
yeah,
The
it's what a series. You know, what else can you say? They played amazing.
They played amazing. And, we got to see who they scrim because sometimes scrims also, they get you up there, especially if it's a high level scrim. But just shout out overall because they were sharing the load. This wasn't like a one man show or a two-man show. Everybody was taking turns. I think Rico had two MVPs. I believe Logical had one. And I'm not sure if HUD had one. I know HUD hit that double tap. And T saying that kind of surprised me. I knew that's when they were peaking when HUD hit that double.
Yeah. Look, before we forget, someone get a pull up. Who's everybody's rivals MVPs? Why don't you give me yours, Carnage? Who you got for Finals MVP here in this series?
We talked about him. We said he had to do something here. So I'm gonna give it to Rico. Rico did just about everything that I was thinking of. He had to be that filler, and he definitely filled every role they needed when asked and called upon.
I definitely agree with you. Rico was, in my opinion, by far best player on the field. Just look, I said it pregame. When Rico's feeling confident, there's no stopping that guy. When he is confident, he can do whatever he wants. And I mean, the reads were impeccable. The speed all over the other team. I don't think it is and look, he had to carry HUD. Can you imagine how much weight that is? Carrying
Hello?
HUD X to a finals?
What up, Mr. Sant?
Eh,
Oh, we
eh,
have a visitor in here.
What
It's
up?
Logical. Finally getting the rival.
It's
Chip,
about damn time, bro.
how does it feel?
Oh, it feels phenomenal. Like I don't
Look,
even have like words at this point.
look, you guys killed tonight. I mean, the teamwork was truly impeccable.
Yeah, we're just
Logical. I mean, Enrico was playing out of his mind. All you were playing great, but I mean, were you guys feeling confident in the pregame scrims?
oh
Because it sure looked that way.
we had some guys scrimming us, and it was a challenge. So we felt hot, we felt on.
That's good. So
Like
logic.
they
I have
they
a
did their job and more.
so logic. I have a question here.
Yes, sir.
Be honest. Do you think it's just the lunar side? Because you got here twice when you were a part of the lunar conference, and then your first season in
Um.
solar, you just win it.
Well, I mean, the first season was like a wash, right? Nobody's beating that team. We certainly weren't beating
Hammerheads,
that team.
yeah.
So I kind of like discredit that as like push it to the side. Um, but no, I mean, I don't want to discredit this team because I know they didn't have their starting lineup, which fucking sucks. Sorry.
Hey, whoa, whoa,
Sorry,
whoa,
sorry,
we gotta say.
sorry.
My goodness.
Swear, and I'm
Todd,
hearing
get
you
your
Hey!
you're
teammate.
swearing.
Sorry, but
It's
that
okay.
that really sucks for them.
It does.
I feel like the series would have been different. I hope it would have been different. But
Yeah, that's awfully humble of you, Logi.
And now,
I-
we got Hudden here, guys. I mean,
personally-
logical. One last question for you.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
How hard was it to carry HUD X to a chip? I can only
Dude, I
imagine
mean-
the weight you and Rico had to hold up
Dude,
night in and night out.
we scraped into playoffs. That last match night was a roller coaster, to say the least. We had PC issues. HUD couldn't play. Rico was lagging the whole time. We thought we were getting 0-4 and done. But we stuck through it, and we're just trying to prove ourselves.
Hey, that's up. Well, logical. Congrats. You definitely deserve it. Definitely above a lot of other players. Been through it in the rival finals, to say the least. I'm sure it feels good to be on the other side of that, man.
Yes, sir. We just kept working, and eventually we got here. So
Now we all get trophies next to our names.
Gotta put an asterisk next to HUD.
No,
I agree with that one.
I contributed, okay?
Nah, Hud, you're all right out there, I guess. You played okay.
Solid third man. That's what I'm supposed to be.
So I mean, look, fellas, we got a big time vet series coming up too. Rumors, there are whispers that the legendary Fiend may be joining us.
Definitely.
Oh
He
my
appeared
goodness,
when his
ladies
name was
and
said.
gentlemen, the one, the only
Here.
Fiend has joined.
I just gotta make sure I can hear you in Discord. But other than that, yeah, we're great. What's up? How you doing? We're live. Grats to Bud and Maced Management on their great rival win there. Really impressive. I'm actually pretty surprised at your performance, Hud. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty surprised in a good way or a bad way?
Don't
I
answer
mean,
that.
for your sake,
him
a
guess.
good way. For my sake, a bad way.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I underperform or did I exceed your
No,
expectations?
I thought you exceeded expectation. Yeah.
That's all I need to hear, Fiend.
Yeah. I'll give it to you. You had a couple nice shots in there. You did play a successful third man. Your teammates should be proud.
Yes, my teammates did most of the hard work for me, I would say. But it's kind of been that way all season, and I was very lucky to just sit back and get to watch them work, all three of them work, because when we get